So yeah, so this is the dashboard that I've created. So the here you can see the volume, tip party volume in USD, and then this is like the total tip party volume till date. So how
Interesting.
many individual tip party distributions happen? Same thing with pay party, and then how many happened on a monthly basis till now, Jan, Feb, and March for tip party, and then same as well for pay party. And then here we have just the database of like all the different tip party transactions.
Oh, nice.
This is great.
And then same thing for token stream activations. Yep. So
And so are each of these like little like custom frames or windows that you set up for specific data, or do they come this way? What did that look like?
yeah, so these are all custom frames. So if I let's say click on tip party volume, so it'll take me to the SQL query that I wrote for this. And
Okay.
then you can see all the query results. So for each of that is individual query or a script, so that runs in the backend. This is just the dashboard, so you can
Okay.
click on that and see like what the actual query is.
Okay, cool. So like for each frame, your starting point is like you have a certain type of data you want to see, you write a SQL query that matches the frame, and if you got it set up right and it pulls the right data, well, it doesn't even have to pull it's got to pull something. Whatever it pulls and it shows is what
Yeah,
it
and
shows.
so the way it works is, so I mean, if I just click new query, so I can just write any query I want. So all our contracts are already imported, so we can it's been like sorted in different tables, so we can through that we can query the data, and once we have the data, so the way it works here is queries, like let's say this one. So there is this button for each query once have written it, so I can add it to a dashboard, and I can select the dashboard or create a new dashboard and add it. And
Nice.
once I've added it there, so I can go to my dashboards, and so I can edit like the size of each frame and everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So like this is the Moonshot Collective view. So two questions I have. I'm gonna start hitting hard with the questions as like someone who's now obsessed with the data.
Yeah.
Is one, can we set up another view besides Moonshot Collective view? So could I set up a tip party view or a pay party view? That's the
Yeah, we
first
can.
question.
So we can create, I mean, different dashboards for I mean, so this is
Okay,
just a generalized view. So we can create, different dashboards. I mean, for
per
each
product.
party. Yeah.
Interesting, interesting. And then what? Cool. What does it look like? Does anybody know what it looks like for permissioning and so on? Like, is this something that we can, like roll out that anyone working on the project can do? Does it have layers of permissioning? Is it as locked up as Notion? Like, what does it look like?
No, so it is all dashboards. I mean, there are Dune Analytics has like a paid version and a free version. So if you are creating any dashboard or like any query as a free user, so then all of that is public. Only for paid versions, I think they have private dashboards, etc. But usually it's all public. So anyone with
Interesting.
this just this link can access this
Can come in
dashboard.
here. That's cool. That's cool.
Can I ask what
But
that big spike on the 17th is?
I think this
I
is
know.
it's Denver tip party that
That was
happened. I
Shelling
think.
Point.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Ooh,
Shelling Point. It was a big distro.
damn. 4,800 GTC.
No,
No.
it's USD.
No. Yeah,
It's
that would be.
It was 600 GTC.
it's 600
Yep.
GTC. Yeah.
Yeah, 4,800 would be significantly more.
This is mainnet, right?
Yep.
Yep. This is mainnet. and all the data is dynamic. Like whenever transactions happen on the contract, so it gets updated here automatically.
I do see your confusion on the model itself, though, Umar, because if you look at the left side, it says NUSD and you catch it. But if you look at the right side first and you don't look at the left side, you see purple and it says GTC, and then you see a number and you think it's what the purple number says, right?
Yep. Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. Because I just looked at the right.
Yep.
It's a very good dashboard, very useful.
Yep.
So one small issue that I faced is like for tip party, the events data, has like all the, I mean, has amount in it, like how much amount has been distributed for each distribution. But currently for pay party and token stream, so in the events, so that data is not available. Like let's say for example, if I go to ether scan, I just a sec. Mm,
So there was, I wonder if what you're saying has something to do with the setup process. So I know that.
yeah, the contracts that have been deployed currently.
Yeah.
So
I know Samir put some stuff in, or somebody put some stuff in for tip parties contracts, and it took like, I don't know, like days to scan it all to make sure it was ready to use. And I'm wondering if we just haven't done that for pay party yet.
no, that is not the issue. See, for like for pay parties, so these are the events that are getting triggered, right? Whenever distribution
Okay.
happened. Here, I mean, currently the only things that have been transmitted in events is like the sender token and some string ID. So there is no amount here that the Dune Analytics platform can catch, and we can use that,
The
for our
contracts.
analytics.
The contracts.
But if let's say for example, if I take tip parties distributor contract and go to that, if I go there in the events, so here I can see this. So this is the tip party. Here I can see token, and then I have amount. So I can get that. So this is the data that the Dune Analytics platform is pulling. So we can have that USD volume and how much is being paid and how many transactions. But for currently pay party contract doesn't have that
I
facility. I
added
mean,
an
Fahim, what were you
issue
gonna
for
say?
pay party.
Yeah, so those updates have to happen in the contracts for the event. Hans, like, I guess that's. Do you currently? I'm assuming it doesn't have that for pay party right now. Like on every like transaction, emitting the amount. What's the event?
Yeah, we can update the contract and redeploy when we push these next updates to the contract to include the amounts as well as the addresses.
Yeah, I added an
Sure.
issue for you, Hans.
Sweet, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the same thing with. I don't know if Token Stream's doing that too, but I know like the distributor contract, like the one that's used on Tip Party is very similar to the one that's used on Pay Party, and I'm not sure about the contract for Token Stream Party, but
Token stream contract's going to be kind of re-architected a bit, so we'll make sure the events are there.
yeah, that's definitely something to coordinate on. Just being like, what data do we want to see on this board, and maybe make
Sure.
it uniform, like we were talking about right before, too, so it's kind of easier to coordinate, and that'll make the data analytics easier, and also like the export for the watchtower potentially type event that's happening.
One data point I'd be interested in is hosts, like unique hosts, because I'd want to see like, are other DAOs using these tools, or like which DAOs are using these tools.
That's a great call out, Umar.
Yeah, you can see the from addresses, and you can track like the largest. Yeah.
Okay, so that data is already there. We just need to make a dashboard for it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like we can call that with the SQL query. Okay. Interesting. I think we might have to do like outside of this. We might have to do like a data discovery session on what we might all like to see, and probably do a little bit of work where people go look at the dashboards and come into that with like some notes, and then everybody comes in and talks about what data pieces could be valuable and why, and then we discuss it and kind of come to like a couple of them that are good and see if we have the means to find each one already, and if we don't, discover like what it would be to do that. Anyways, I can probably do that within the product managers and then have us all host that for the whole team.
Yep.
Oh, Emu's over there saying, "Did I hear Watchtower?"
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great, guys. It's the first time I've gotten to see Dune Analytics. I'm really excited to see that we have something that we can measure things with and have some visibility on how things are moving. Great job, everybody.